Like, look, I won my championship, so why is he sticking up for him to go against Salazar? Like, I get it, bro. Thanks for your support, but this is between me and Salazar. So, Nano, just please back off, and this is my championship, not yours.
I don't give a damn what you say. This is my business, alright? So back off, bro.
Yeah, I'm here to protest. RA Zink obviously cheated somehow, right?
Achilles, he's still out recruiting other people, so I'm here, alone. Definitely not scared. Definitely not scared. Don't be scared. Okay, don't be scared. It's just a guy. Alright, I'm a little scared. Okay. I'll do it. Hacker? Mr. Hacker? Are you there? Oh my god! Okay, I'm getting the hack. I can't do this. I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, wait, you ready to go out there? Yeah, of course we got screwed. And we will talk about it live on their broadcasts. Let's just get on Fortnite.
The Gaming Weekly is rolling strong with its weekly traditional game nights, and we are getting closer to Armageddon. The hacker has his eyes on our community, but our group of renegades have their attentions to the hacker itself. Also, Assassin Hotdog and Wig Pilot, for the first time, will be in the same party. The two are on the same page that they were screwed out of the tournament just a couple of weeks ago, the same night when RA Zink won the championship. In my mind, in my estimation, he got screwed out of the championship to Zink, but nonetheless, not just that, but everyone making a stand for RA Zink. When Zink was stripped unfairly by Salazar Familiar, the TGW coordinator, however, does Zink like to stand? Nanoplex was defending him, but Zink told him to back off. Now the two are not seeing eye to eye and want the Fortnite championship. As we are live on Fortnite, AdrianTheVoice and Undead Freaks, everybody at the game side. Welcome, Undead.
Shut up, stupid square. Listen, I have a few people that call out over the next few weeks because they're competition. I like a little competition. So tonight, I'm going to be calling out somebody that I heard is really good. So, that said, continue what you do best, sucking.
Yeah, and you should know competition. I beat you every single week on commentary. Nonetheless, can we really get a clue, a hunch, or whatever, an idea of who you're calling out?
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here live on the Gaming Weekly. A lot to talk about, but real quick, keenly look, Master E 2005 for the first time since 2016 is here. And I'll tell you one thing, the last time we saw Master E, he was participating in that Halo Reach 60-minute matchup on DayZ from all those years ago.
I'm absolutely positive.
Maybe you should ask Got Milk. Maybe you should invite Got Milk someday, and because, I mean, it really does seem fishy to me that Faunus Bubble joined the party last week, claimed that Got Milk was her man over the fact that, you know, she was whining all over.
She's jealous. She's just mad. She's just mad.
Okay, well, nonetheless, Master E with the energy sword in hand, and TK. Well, we are here in 2018, ladies and gentlemen, playing the Gaming Weekly every single week. We're playing Fortnite. Remember, it was just 2 weeks ago when we saw the history made when the group, the TGW members, it was none other than Achilles Gamer, Sue Freaks, and Altered Beast winning for the first time ever a TGW Battle Royale. What a great night, although you, Undead, believe that they don't deserve credit.
I believe Altered really don't deserve credit.
That's real nice. And look at Little Shooter making his appearance for the first time in TGW history. I'll tell you, his vicious tendencies probably are going to be radiating, but he's charging in, continue to build, and this is going to be a great way for a great TGW member for the first time ever to make a name for himself. In Impact, maybe this could be a future Fortnite champion. We don't know much about Little Shooter, but I'll tell you one thing, he is a great player. But ladies and gentlemen, same could be said with Master and Achilles. But let's switch gears, because I want to talk about what happened last week in TGW. It was probably one of the most disgusting tactics ever, when Assassin Hotdog and Wig Pilot, well, rather, Assassin Hotdog was voicing Wig Pilot, but nonetheless, Assassin Hotdog told everybody, hey, listen, we got screwed out of that tournament because Zink was cheating, Zink was modding. Although I don't believe so, Undead.
Yeah, I think we mod. He's probably downloading mods as we speak right now.
Yeah, that's real nice. Zink isn't even downloading anything. He's a great player. He plays everything by the rules. You wouldn't know anything, by the way. How would you know? And Achilles Gamer now on the assault. Well, we're back here. Look at this team go. Look at this team go. Master and Achilles just shotgunning and eliminating 2 people, Mr. Prototype and Elderly Cone. And folks, this is absolutely incredible, seeing these 3 TGW members for the first time group up, and they're meshing well. They're really on the same page. They're going to work together to make sure that they're going to be winning this Fortnite Battle Royale for the first time, or at least for the second time, rather, in the Gaming Weekly. I was so used to saying for the first time, but it happened 2 weeks ago when we saw the team win it. But I really want to take it back to what happened this past week in TGW, folks, and recap what happened with Assassin Hot Dog. Assassin Hot Dog joined us in the party, stating that he's going to be protesting and going against the Gaming Weekly because apparently he got screwed over in that tournament that took place last week, rather 2 weeks ago in the Gaming Weekly for that championship. Assassin Hot Dog has a vendetta against the Gaming Weekly, I'll tell you that much. With that being said, Assassin Hot Dog and Wig Pilot are here. They're both on the same page. They both believe that they got screwed over. With that said, welcome aboard, gentlemen. And listen, with all due respect, I respectfully disagree with you guys, but welcome aboard.
Okay, Adrian, please do us all a favor and shut up. You don't know crap. Me and Assassin here legit got screwed out of the TGW Fortnite Championship. We think Zink cheated in that match.
Yeah, I have a question for AdrianTheVoice. Adrian, why do you always defend Zink and all the good guys? Sometimes the good guys are bad guys in the end, and they cheat. Do you think this is fair?
Well,
we are here to protest and take over TGW.
Heck yeah, we will.
Well, you know, I, for one, believe it isn't fair for you guys to be complaining when you guys lost without any mishaps, and Zink did not cheat. If you look back at the footage that took place just 2 weeks ago here, part of the Gaming Weekly, witnessing that Fortnite Championship, you'll see Zink played normally, just like you, Wig Pilot, and anyone else who competed. Yeah, he played normally.
Zink don't play. Assassin deserve to win.
What are you talking about?
Zink mods. Assassin deserve to win.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got a lot to talk about because here tonight, and listen, you know what, you're wrong, because Zink deserves to win. He won the match fair and square. Assassin nor Wig Pilot didn't win.
Why am champion now?
Because he got screwed over by Salazar Familia. Salazar Familia abused his power. He's the coordinator of TGW. He inserted himself into a free championship match. He didn't show up. Then he told Zink, hey, listen, Zink didn't show up. I'm going to go ahead and strip this guy off the title as well. And now he crowned himself champion. You got to be kidding me.
Zink didn't show up because he was too afraid, because he didn't have his mods at that time.
Well, guess what? Hey, guess what? The same could be said about Salazar. Salazar's going to get an education as well. Salazar didn't show up for that matchup, for a championship match that he knew that he placed, by the way. He placed it himself, and he didn't show up for a championship match. He had God of Hyper Death to announce it for him.
But he had somebody connected to him there, so boom. He's champion now. Accept it.
But it wasn't Salazar himself. Salazar himself in the broadcast said, I will be there for a championship match.
Do I care? No, I don't. Salazar's champion. He's better than Zink. He don't mod.
No, you don't care because you don't care about anybody. And I'm pretty sure nobody cares about you either on that.
About you.
Thanks. Well, ladies and gentlemen, a lot to talk about here tonight, part of the Gaming Weekly, because I'll tell you one thing, this is going to be very interesting. In fact, Undead, you know, we're going to tell everybody how to download the Twitch app. Well, folks, the Gaming Weekly would want to expand our fan base, and one way for it to expand, downloading the Twitch app to follow us on Twitch to watch our streams live exclusively on the Gaming Weekly's Twitch channel. And how to download the Twitch app? It's really easy, fairly simple. Here's the tutorial for the iPhone users. If you have an iPhone, you're going to have to simply go to the App Store and type in Twitch on the search engine. It should be the first app you see. Click on the download button. Once you download, it installs. You open it from your phone. It opens. If you don't have an account, you create an account using an email and password. Right afterwards, you can follow the Gaming Weekly to see all its broadcasts exclusively on the Twitch channel. And we're going to go ahead and tell everybody how to download the Twitch app on an Android a little bit later on. But can we go back to what you were saying, though, Undead? Are you a fool? Are you really supporting Assassin Hot Dog and Wig Pilot?
Yeah.
You know what? I'll answer for you. I'll answer for you. Yes, you are a fool. Nonetheless, little shooter here has entracted himself into this barricade and oh my God, got eliminated. What a shot going through the body, contorting midair. The team plays 6, so we're going to go ahead and continue this broadcast up next. Huh? Oh yeah, I should have. Sorry, I got to tell everybody how to download the Twitch app. It's more important. We're back here, part of the Gaming Weekly. Already a developing story with Little Shooter, who's already down and out, folks. Little Shooter is crawling. A desperate counter, perhaps. No! Got eliminated there. It's all up to Master E and Achilles. And Achilles is getting shot down. Shot to the midsection, getting obliterated. Perhaps not. A shot right there to the midsection again to the opponent. The opponent so able to knock down Achilles Gamer, the man who called it the hacker just a few days ago. And this is the dissection of this team that is beginning to radiate throughout the entire team. Well, you know, Undead, you mentioned it at the top of the broadcast. You're going to call out someone. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and give you the floor because it's always about Undead, isn't it? Nonetheless, go ahead, Undead. You have something to say concerning someone that you're going to call out.
Now, shut up so I can start, all right? I'm going to call out a certain person who he probably don't even know who we are. He probably don't even watch our channel. He don't even know we exist, probably. But, I heard he's the best at Fortnite. Now, nobody, and I mean nobody, is the best except for me. Now, this person I'm calling out is none other than Jordan Gets Booty.
What the? Who? Oh my God.
Jordan Gets Booty. Some people said he's really good, but I doubt it. So I want to. It's funny. And he's friends with high frame rate. You remember him, right? Right?
No.
Are you an idiot? Who's the guy who be altered business anywhere? You seriously not know? You're dumb. That's the same. You're dumb.
The fans have no clue who you're talking about. Listen, can we switch gears now? Because I really want to talk about this Assassin Hot Dog and Wick Pilot developing story. Switching gears here, part of the Gaming Weekly, folks. Moments ago, we just heard from Wick Pilot and Assassin Hot Dog. Those two are going to be, I guess, in cahoots to work together to go against and protest the Gaming Weekly after they, quote-unquote, were screwed out of the tournament that took place 2 weeks ago here, part of the Gaming Weekly for that championship night. Very interesting, to say the least. And, well, you know, Assassin, Wick Pilot, they're not going to stop until their demands are going to be met. And Undead, what do you have to say for this?
I say their demands better be met.
Well, if they continue to protest, maybe the managers here, part of the Gaming Weekly, are going to listen to them. But, you know, again, it all goes back to my opinion here in TGW, the fact that I believe those two certain players shouldn't really have any room to talk. They lost fair and square. Zink did win the matchup.
Because Zink used mods.
Zink didn't use mods. He was just there fairly playing the game.
You keep on proving you're dumber and dumber, don't you?
Can you prove to me and the rest of the TGW fans that Zink is a modder?
Why did it take him so long to show up beforehand then?
He was running away. He has a life.
Mods.
He has a life outside of the Gaming Weekly. Everyone does.
Oh, wow.
Except for you.
Zink.
And we are continuing this incredible, awe-inspiring TGW broadcast, folks. AdrianTheVoice and Undead Freaks every day at the game side of Undead. I have to ask you the question being your true thoughts on this Wick Pilot and Assassin Hot Dog controversy surrounding them.
You know, for them. Good for them to rebel for what's right.
Undead, what are you talking about? They're rebelling against the Gaming Weekly. If we don't meet their demands, they're going to continue. And RA Zink didn't even cheat to begin with. This is a charade.
Now, listen, how about you stop Zink and start supporting this guy?
Oh, my. Well, you know what? Maybe you should be supporting the man who stands up for the Gaming Weekly and the fans. The guy who goes against cheating. But then again, you're a minor league announcer, so of course you're not going to root for the good guys. You're going to be rooting for the bad guys. Nonetheless, as we are continuing on here tonight, a part of the Gaming Weekly.
Well, what the crap you talking about? Why don't you just quit, Adrian? Just quit.
Well, I'm supporting the Gaming Weekly and its fans.
Just quit.
Well, there's Master. Please. Why don't you do the same? Master is looking on. I carry you every single week on the broadcast. You might as well just quit while you're ahead. Master is looking impressive here tonight. Obviously, that vicious tendencies, as I mentioned before, this is going to be radiating. He's charging in, beginning to build his stuff, and sometimes building does come into play for you to get at the better vantage point. And the trajectory into this match, we're going to be looting and finding some weapons. We're going to go ahead and spectate Achilles Gamer, the man who actually called out the hacker just a few weeks ago. It was on behalf of Sauce, who called out the hacker from this past week in TGW. Very eerie, very scary sight to see. We saw that picture of the sewer. That's where the hacker's at. That's where it lives. And this is something that I really wanted to ask you, Undead. Undead, you were saying how we should let the hacker be, that we should leave it alone. But if we leave it alone, it's going to hack us, you goof.
You leave it alone, it won't. Keep on going.
I would understand. Well, if we left it alone, yeah, listen, think of it like a bee, right? A bee's flying around. It's not going to attack you anytime soon unless you attack it back, right? But if you leave it alone, it's not going to attack. This hacker is not that. This hacker threatened the Gaming Weekly. No, this hacker threatened the Gaming Weekly to get hacked. So obviously, we're going to respond back and fight back.
You're stupid.
Okay, so you're gonna sit back. You're gonna let this hacker do whatever it wants. It's gonna rain its parade.
Yeah.
It's gonna broadcast. It's gonna hack our broadcast. It's gonna hack everyone and everything. And it's like, just let it do what it wants.
I'm safe. I don't care.
Well, you call me dumb.
I'm better than anybody. I have to stay on top. I have to stay up. I don't care what happens to you. You can do whatever you want. I'm staying safe.
You're part of the Gaming Weekly too, so it has its eyes on you.
As long as I don't do nothing to it. Then it keeps eyes on you, not me.
Little shooters in the store where they sell some Halloween stuff. The Halloween festivities that will be happening at the end of this month. I'm sure you're going to be going trick-or-treating. In fact, you're going to be going as yourself. Undead Freak 78 scaring everyone with his commentary. Little shooters continuing to just loot.
What's the best thing? Me.
Yeah, okay, you're going to be scaring little kids. Okay, little shooter and Master E, oh my, look at this. Master E seems to have a great strategy implemented in this match. He's a bush. He's walking around.
Being a bush is a good idea.
Yeah, it is. He can hide away.
Not all the time. Some people take the bushes. I've watched it happen.
Sometimes people don't. And sometimes people tend to miss the entire bush, too. We are live here. A part of the Gaming Weekly, folks, and this is great strategy, though. This is incredible strategy, and look at Little Shooter who's joining Master E. Both of these superstars are going to be working together. They're very tentative here. As you can see, the next minutes and, well, I should say the next 2 minutes and 3 seconds and counting, that's when the storm begins to shrink, although they are inside the circle, at least close to it, in Retail Row. Folks, I would like to tell everybody how to download the Twitch app on their Android, and it's quite simple. If you have an Android, you're going to have to go to the Google Play Store, and once you reach there, you're going to have to type in Twitch. It should be the first app you see. You click on the download button, it downloads. Once you open it, it's your gateway to the Gaming Weekly Twitch channel, which we stream every single week. It's going to notify you. You can follow us from there, and again, it's going to notify you exclusively streaming live a part of the Gaming Weekly's Twitch channel. Remember, folks, we do stream initially on Twitch. I want to preface this by saying that the Gaming Weekly episodes you see on YouTube are pre-taped. Sure, you have nothing to say about that, Undead?
What about the
I like to say you're a nerd for knowing facts about everything. That's what I have to say.
Well, that's what a true journalist does, or at least a journalist in the making.
Yeah, that's what makes you a nerd.
Yeah, okay. You should look at yourself in the mirror. Master E is continuing pursuing against the TGW enemies here tonight, looking to become that second, well, I guess, team member to win a Fortnite Battle Royale here, part of the Gaming Weekly. A lot to talk about as well, because Nanoplex is going to be joining us at the end of the broadcast. He's going to be talking about the controversy surrounding RA Zink, but I want to recap that RA Zink controversy just 2 weeks ago. RA Zink, who won the Fortnite Championship fair and square. He didn't mod, he didn't cheat, he beat everyone. He won, and he was the champion. Then, a week later, Salazar Family had the wherewithal to abuse his power as a coordinator in TGW and announced that he was going to insert himself as a championship contender, and he faced RA Zink, right? No, it wasn't him. It was Salazar's assistant, God of Hyper Death. Wait a second. Wait just a second. Master A just got shot down. And Little Shooter is going to have to really crawl all the way up to... Uh-oh, wait a second. Little Shooter getting assaulted here. Perhaps maybe this is not going to be the opening that Little Shooter needs. Master A is in trouble, folks. Desperately crawling to his partner. Got eliminated as Little Shooter's trying to fight back. There's the shots raining down. Got shot down, though. This is the opening that the enemies need now. Little Shooter may very well be in trouble here, folks, and does so as the team just placed 15. Hey, listen. I really want to, again, recap that RA Zink controversy. As mentioned, Salazar Familia, who stripped off RA Zink from the championship.
And every right
he didn't have any right to. In fact, I think Salazar Familia is a cheater. But, very interesting note, Nanoplex... Well, will you stop? Nanoplex was the man who joined us in the broadcast. He said, hey, listen, I am not a fan of Salazar's tactic, okay? RA Zink is a great guy. He's a great player. He should be the champion. Well, what happened a week after? RA Zink joined the broadcast, and he said, no, I don't want any of your support, Nano. This is between me and Salazar. Nano responded back saying, you know what? You want to be like that? Well, guess what? I'm going against you and Salazar Familia. Well, with that being said, we're actually joined by Nanoplex right now. And while there are some rumors that RA Zink couldn't join us tonight, but Nanoplex has a message for RA Zink. If Nanoplex is here, that is.
Hello?
Welcome aboard, Nanoplex. if Nanoplex is here. Perhaps maybe we're facing some... Wait, is that your interference running off now, Undead?
Hello? Hello? Sorry, I'm having technical difficulties, but
There's Nano.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. So what brings you out here?
Nothing. Just here to explain this concept.
And what would that be?
Look, I'll be honest. I like Zink. I thought it wasn't right when he got stripped from the championship. But when he told me to back off, what the hell, man? I was on your side. So I'm here to make the challenge. 1v1 Zink. Winner gets an opportunity for the championship.
Oh my!
Why 1v1 Zink? When Zink's not the champion.
Well, Zink is a rightful contender. He does have that rematch, that obligated rematch clause to go against Salazar Familia for a championship.
Salazar, he should be facing. There should be a 1v1 between Nanoplex and Salazar, not Zink and Nanoplex. Zink is a modder. Zink's not a champion. He should be a contender. He has no right.
Oh my lord, what are you talking about? He won the match fair and square, did Zink. He got screwed unfairly. He got screwed unfairly on that. Yes, he did.
Not unfairly. Not unfairly. It was fair. It was right. It was just.
How was it fair? They stripped off the title from the guy, and he wasn't even there.
Because he cheated other players out by mod. And it ain't right.
Zink did not mod. Can you get that through your head? Zink didn't mod.
Yes, he did. Explain why he's gone so long. Explain why he's here today. Download more mods. Prepare for this.
For the 1,000th time, Zink couldn't join us at the moment because he had things to take care of. He has a life. Everyone has a life.
You don't have a life, and neither do you. Both of you are idiots, but he's the worst idiot of them all. You're just a nerd.
Sorry, were you looking at yourself in the mirror when you called me that?
Hey, I'm not the one who knows the facts. Nerds keep up with facts. Exact definition of a nerd, AdrianTheVoice.
Well, you know what they call nerds today? Bosses tomorrow. I'm going to be your boss in the future.
Oh, you're going to be my...
Well, there is one man. I'll tell you one thing, though, real quick.
Listen, Nanoplex, he wants to say... No, what is it? What is it?
But Zink isn't here tonight. So what should I do? Well, I feel like making fun of someone. And it just so happens to be that we're in the presence of AdrianTheVoice. Look at you, dude. You suck more than a vacuum. Undead carries you every broadcast. I wonder what you're thinking right now. Are you thinking about My Little Ponies? And how you can't wait for the next episode to premiere?
That's nice.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm sure you like that.
Yeah, I do love it. I do listen to it all day.
Well, nonetheless, though, switching gears, I'll
tell you one
ahead.
good thing about you. Wait 5 seconds. Actually, never mind. There's literally nothing good about you. Alright. You all have a good night. Zink, I'll be waiting. See you.
You know, my day was horrible because you're here, Andrew, but now it's better.
Well, anyhow. So much better. Yeah, that's nice. Well, nonetheless, there is one good thing that is coming out of this broadcast, at least, because RA Zink now has a choice to make. RA Zink can accept that challenge by Nanoplex. Nanoplex challenging a 1v1 contenders match. The winner will face Salazar for the championship. Is Zink gonna accept? Well, folks, to the main event. Very incredible news we have, because it is Achilles Gamer, the man who vowed to destroy the hacker, the man who said that he's going to group up renegades to destroy this creature, this entity, this dangerous entity that is looking to threaten and hack the Gaming Weekly. With that being said, Achilles Gamer, who we just saw moments ago in the incredible game that we just saw on Fortnite, is here in the broadcast. Welcome aboard, Achilles. You have a lot to say concerning this this great story.
Real quick, you getting made fun of is the best. I'm out here because I have my crewmates. I gathered them and we are going to plan. In fact, we'll be planning in our cabinet.
Oh, wait a minute. So it looks like Achilles Gamer and his renegades are going to be planning out something in his cabin. In fact, we're going to go ahead and end the broadcast now, Undead. And we're going to go ahead and take you to this cabin. We have their TGW camera crew over there. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot to we have a lot in store here, part of the Gaming Weekly. What is Zink's answer? Is Zink going to accept the challenge that was proposed to him moments ago by Nanoplex? What does Achilles Gamer have in store for us in this cabin along with the Renegades? And what about Assassin Hot Dog and Wick Pilot? These two are going to be protesting the Gaming Weekly. The Gaming Weekly, I guess, is imploding right before our very eyes. Our TGW camera crew will be catching up to Achilles right now.
Everyone, listen up. This hacker is planning on hacking us all. This is war now. We know where it's located. It's in this creepy looking warehouse. That's where this creature lives. I'm thinking of just storing there and invading its territory. We find it, then we kill it. Does anyone have any questions? No? Okay, warriors. Let's train.
Tonight we are on the popular game known as Fortnite Battle Royale. The Gaming Weekly's Cody is streaming live exclusively on Twitch, and there is a way to get notified when we are live and all that later on. But folks, the hacker perhaps is perturbed and troubled. We have the Renegades that are finally standing up against the infection known as the hacker. And also, Achilles Gamer is here for a huge announcement. What is that announcement? We'll find out. Also, an update on the situation dealing with RA Zink. That update a bit later on. But also my broadcast colleague, Undead Freak 78, has something in store for the person who wants to 1v1. AdrianTheVoice and Undead Freak 78 at GameSide. Welcome, Undead.
Hey, Robot. Look, you talk without even catching a breath, which really makes me believe that you are a robot. So I have a question for you. How do I turn you off?
Well, you can't turn me off because I'm not a robot, but I'm wondering if we can turn your mic off so, you know, you can stop your nonsense.
Hey, watch your mouth. I'll slap you. Later on, I have a message for Jordan, the so-called best Fortnite.
Oh yeah, well, what a shock. It's another episode about you putting yourself in the spotlight. Well, what a way to kick off this episode here tonight, a part of the Gaming Weekly, ladies and gentlemen. Check this out, it rocks. It's Fortnite tonight, Undead. Well, there you see, little shooter.
That's the stupidest saying you ever said.
Oh, come on, it
rocks.
rocks.
That's dumb.
It rocks. It rocks. Well, listen, little shooter here is getting set for action in the broadcast, Undead. I'm getting set because a little bit later on, though, we got the Renegades. A couple of the Renegades are going to be joining us in the Gaming Weekly to talk about that situation revolving the hacker. We also have an update with RA Zink. It is a serious update, but folks, we'll get to that later on. But right now, I want to talk about Fortnite for just a second, Undead. You got to give it credit as well. This game is one of the greatest games out there.
It's starting to die. Not one of the
Starting
greatest.
to
It's
die?
probably dying because of...
I disagree. I completely disagree with you wholeheartedly, Undead, although we always disagree, so what a shock.
I disagree with you because you're an idiot all the time, just like the fans disagree, and they root for Zink, and all of you are idiots. Every one of you.
The fans have every right to root for Zink, and hey, I'll tell you who I'm rooting for right now. Little Shooter. Little Shooter is alone right now, but I have faith in Little Shooter perhaps could be that man for the first time in TGW history to pick up a victory in Fortnite Battle Royale. But let's go back to the Renegades real quick. The hacker perhaps has his hands tied. Remember what Achilles said. Achilles said, quote, "This is war." We actually know where this hacker is located. We found it in this warehouse. We got to go in and we got to kill it. Although you believe that they shouldn't, well, go in and kill it.
Walking into its nest is the worst idea they've ever had.
What are you talking about? Oh, wait just a second, Undead. Wait a second. A collision and a shot there to the midsection. Little Shooter looking very well on display here tonight. Almost taking out the opponent. There's another opponent right now. Wow, this guy, Shooter, really is impressive tonight. For a second time, it got eliminated. Hey, you got to give credit to Little Shooter. Very great display here tonight on the Gaming Weekly. We're going to go ahead and get set for round 2. Well, we're back on TGW. Undead Freak 78 and AdrianTheVoice at GameSide. And Undead, we were talking about the hacker situation, how the Renegades have found and located where this hacker's at. They're inside, well, at least it's inside the warehouse. And Undead, you were just telling me how it's not even fair, it's not even right for them to walk into that warehouse to go against this hacker. Why would that be?
Okay, here's why they shouldn't be going inside against it. Think. It's just like a lion in its den. If you go in a lion's den, you're dead. It's just, now with that hacker, they're going into a warehouse. They don't even know nothing about the place.
Well, I completely disagree.
All of you are going to get hacked, and I still stand on top.
Well, first of all, let's just say that this hacker is going to hack the channel, right? You're going to get hacked too. You're involved in this channel. That's the first thing. The second thing, folks, the fact is, listen, this hacker's weak now. This hacker's no longer hacking any more broadcasts. You know why? Because it's scared and found out that the Renegades are going against him. So attack it now before it gets stronger. These Renegades are so smart and intelligent. They're going to use their intelligence and apply it in this incredible plan that they have to go in the warehouse and take it down for good.
To go into the den of it and get hacked, that's what you're all gonna do.
Okay, so, well, yeah, they're walking. Okay, yeah, Undead, they are, to use your analogy, yeah, to use your analogy, fine, they are going to be walking in the lion's den, the proverbial lion's den, but guess what? The lion is weak. Attack the lion while it's weak before it gets stronger. As Assassin Hotdog is looting for more, folks. Again, we are tonight in TGW Fortnite. An incredible broadcast here tonight. Moments ago, we saw a little shooter. He was alone in that TGW team trying to become the first ever member to win a Battle Royale alone. Can we ever see that in this channel? But listen, I have to tell everybody how to download the Twitch app because it's incredible, Undead, how it can notify you every single time we're on live TV, at least in the live broadcasts on Twitch. So it's pretty interesting if you have an iPhone. If you have an iPhone, it's pretty simple. Go to the Apple Store, type in Twitch. It should be the first app that you see. It's a little purple icon. You click on the install button, it downloads. Once it downloads, you can open it, and it's a gateway for you to be a part of the Gamer Weekly, and it's incredible content that we post every single week. We're live every single Friday and Saturday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Undead?
What?
Nice talking to you. Nice of you to be paying attention. Well, here we are, folks.
You're the one supposed to be telling them how to download it all.
Yeah, on an iPhone. Do you have an iPhone?
No, I don't. iPhone's stupid.
Well, I'm sure you have an Android. Don't worry. Later on, I'm going to tell everyone how to download on their Android. Well, nonetheless, though, ladies and gentlemen, we are continuing on here tonight on Fortnite. Still to come tonight, the RA Zink update. Remember, RA Zink, a couple of weeks ago, before he was stripped off by Salazar Familia, Undead Freak 78, my broadcast called. He believed that he is a modder, along with Assassin Hotdog and Wake Pilot. Those two gentlemen that were involved in that Fortnite Tournament Championship also believe that Zink cheated, hence the reason why they're protesting against the Gamer Weekly. I disagree with their tactics, though. I don't believe that Zink was a modder, number one, and number two, those two, Assassin Hotdog and Wake Pilot, have every single right to not complain.
They actually have every right to complain, and Zink is a major modder.
Zink is not a modder. How many times do you want me to tell you this? Please get it through your thick skull of yours. Okay,
God,
you were watching the match?
Stupid, you
what match were you watching? I want to know what match you were watching, because I can guarantee you we're probably watching the different one. Zink was completely awesome. He was awe-inspiring. His skills were radiating throughout the entire thing. It was great.
No, he was not using skill. Why do you think he didn't show up whenever Salazar was calling him out that night? Because he was scared, because he had no mods with him, so he didn't join. Salazar didn't join, yeah, he did.
Correction, it wasn't Salazar who called him out, it was God of Hyper Death, but anyhow.
I don't care who called him out. Salazar was going to go against him. Salazar and Zink was supposed to match, but guess what? They didn't, because Zink didn't show up.
And Salazar didn't show up as well. It's just that Salazar's the coordinator of TGW. He's abusing his power. He's just sticking up for the fact that he has that power to name himself champion, hence the reason why Salazar's the current Fortnite champion. Despite the fact that he didn't show up, he didn't even prove to himself to be a champion. If Salazar wanted to be a Fortnite champion, how about he proves to himself? How about he challenges Zink one-on-one? Let's see. I can guarantee it's going to be a different outcome.
No, it would not be a different outcome. It would be Zink losing, Salazar winning. Salazar is a true skilled player, while Zink is a horrible player that mods. So, Salazar win it. I still don't understand why Zink is a contender to be able to do that 1v1 with Nanoplex. He shouldn't be allowed.
Well, I think Nanoplex has every right to go against RA Zink. No, not at all. Salazar, why would Salazar be in a contender match? He's the champion, you goof. Anyways, listen, I think the 1v1 should happen. I think Zink wants to prove to everybody that he still has what it takes to be a champion. And we got Nanoplex also has a chip on his shoulder trying to prove to everybody here, part of the Gaming Weekly, that he is also a great player. He does not want to be overlooked. He's trying to stand out more than anyone else. So that's Nanoplex. We got two great people that are willing to fight for each other and to each other, against each other for a common goal. That's trying to knock off Salazar Familia for the championship.
The Salazar ain't going nowhere.
Well,
He won't. And
I'm sure he's not going to show up.
Though he should have won tonight. Oh, well, Salazar will show up. Actually, he will. Zink's the one that won't show up.
What are you talking about? Assassin should have won. Are you an idiot?
Yeah, Assassin should have won.
Oh my.
Assassin on a wig should have won.
That's nice. Well, you know what? If they should have won, they didn't have the most points, though, did they? How come?
Because Zink took him all with his mods.
No, he took him all with his skills.
Stupid are you? You don't have
his skills, Undead. Skills.
You don't have
any skills. You know, you're just jealous because you lost your Sword Tournament Championship a few weeks back and RA Zink won his.
No, I went easy on them. I'm still the champion. I don't care what Altered said. Altered's stupid. He's another tool just like you. I'm the champion. I'll always be the champion. The fans are stupid as well because they got it took from me, but I'm champion.
How can the fans be stupid? Come on now. The fans are great. You know, whatever story's happening, whatever they cheer and boo, it doesn't matter who they cheer or boo. Listen, the fans are great.
They should all be cheering me and going with me because I'm smarter than you and everybody else. I'm better than you and everybody else. I'm better than Swiss. I'm better than
cheer for you every week.
I'm better than Nano. I'm better than everybody. Better than especially the man who I have to say about later.
Yeah, that's coming up in just a little bit. But, I mean, you know, if you were the best, you would still be the Sword Tournament champion. Folks, what a great, exhilarating action that is really unfolding right before us tonight in TGW. A great scene of great super players that are working together, trying to mesh well together to work as a team, to be on the same page, to try to climb up the mountain, and really be one of the greatest TGW players of all time. This is a perfect opportunity for them to open so many eyes, for them to say, hey, listen, I'm here in the Gaming Weekly to make an impact. I am a great competitor. I could be a champion in the future. We got Assassin Hot Dog, Little Shooter, and Master E. Now, remember, Master E is a great veteran in the Gaming Weekly. He was here part of 2016 back on Halo Reach when we did that Z match that we did 2 years ago. We got Assassin Hot Dog. Well, he's a great competitor. I don't really agree with his tactics, him protesting against the Gaming Weekly, but he's still great nonetheless. And then we got Little Shooter, the up-and-coming Little Shooter who's making his TGW debut in this episode for the first time. We saw him in the last segment from this episode. It was a great way to see him unfold and truly, really open all the eyes and show some excitement. This guy loves to have fun too. Now, what were you saying? You were saying something, and I kind of tuned you out there, but...
I said the Assassin has a right to protest.
Assassin doesn't have any right to protest along with Wig Pilot. I think Wig Pilot and Assassin should have just said, you know what? Hey, listen, I lost. I'm going to take it fair and square. We're men here. We're going to take it. And we're going to fight back. We're going to get back up, and we're going to try to fight. Oh, wait a second. Speaking about fighting back, the TGW enemies are fighting back in this matchup. It is a 2-on-2 situation, perhaps a 3-on-2 situation, and Assassin realizes that. Now trying to get the trajectory. The implosion begins. The rocket now launching right into the building tactics, and Master E just got knocked down. Little Shooter's trying to come to the aid of his own teammates, but it's a 3-on-1 assault. Little Shooter is now doing the smart thing. He's trying to entract himself to avoid the shots, but can it happen, folks, as Assassin Hot Dog is now also here in this matchup, and perhaps maybe Assassin is going to help. And folks, if I'm not mistaken, I believe, yeah, Assassin did knock out someone. This is the raid of Assassin. Assassin's beginning to feel it, but got knocked down. It's a 3-on-1 situation. Notice how they're not fighting back, though. Notice how they're using their building offense to save themselves as from behind, as Sam just shotgun Little Shooter. Little Shooter desperately crawling for his partner Assassin to try to revive him. This is one of those games where you can get knocked down, but you can get revived. But Little Shooter is not going to get revived as he just got eliminated there. Assassin Hot Dog 6 is the only one in this team. Can Assassin Hot Dog become the first ever TGW member to win it for his team? Assassin Hot Dog 6, as we mentioned multiple times throughout the broadcast, going to be protesting against the Gaming Weekly along with Wig Pilot over the fact that he lost. He believes, he being Assassin along with Wig Pilot, believe that they were screwed over in that tournament as Assassin Hot Dog is shooting. Continue the build. The trajectory is continuing tonight. And a vantage point. We talked about the vantage point as well. Lands on a great bound. The shotgun spree continues. And he just knocked down Assam. He just knocked down Assam. And he avenged his partners. Hey, Undead, you got to give credit to Assassin too. He's looking great tonight.
I do give credit to Assassin. He is looking great. I don't give credit to everybody else, though. Assassin's the best out there right now.
All right, you only give credit to the bad guy. Sorry. Hey, listen, expertise can come into play. Stiff shots there by Assassin, and more stiff shots are coming. Remember, proficiency can come into a mix to gain control, but no, Assassin got eliminated, folks. Well,
I believe whoever killed him is modding.
Will you stop already? Come on. Listen, you have an announcement to make concerning someone that you called out last segment, and I have no idea who you're talking about, but you have more to say about this. Go ahead, Undead, take the spotlight.
Okay. Well, Adrian, it's simple. I was told Jordan Get Booty is the best Fortnite player out there. Well, like I said last segment, nobody's better than me. So, I'm here to challenge Jordan. 1v1 Jordan Gets Booty. What is it? The ball is in your court. Are you going to face me 1v1? Or are you just going to not respond and disappoint yourself? If you accept this match, you prove and gain my respect. But if you're going to ignore, then I guess I know all about you. I'm done.
Yeah, that's real nice. You talking about yourself all the time. You putting yourself in the spotlight. Why don't you do your job as a commentator and put the great players over instead of you?
Because I'm telling the truth. I am better than everybody. Nobody's better than me.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is the main event tonight. We're about to end the broadcast in just a little bit. But before I do, listen, we have an update concerning RA Zink. RA Zink is the man who was stripped off the title just a few weeks ago by Salazar, the coordinator of TGW. Remember, RA Zink is the winner of that Fortnite championship that he won just a few weeks ago. He won it fair and square, mind you, but nonetheless, he won it, and then a week later, Salazar stripped off the title. I don't know why, but Salazar is an egotist. Anyhow, listen, Zink was challenged by Nanoplex. Nanoplex, the man who at first initially was supporting Zink before Zink came on to say, hey, listen, I don't want your support. I can do this alone. I'm a lone wolf. Nanoplex challenged Zink saying, hey, listen, I want to face you one-on-one. Face me one-on-one. The winner will face Salazar for the championship. Well, we do have an update. Zink is facing some personal issues, ladies and gentlemen. We can't really go into details, but we will say this. We here, part of the Gaming Weekly, are extending our thoughts and our prayers for RA Zink. We'll just say that much. But, of course, we will be waiting for Zink for him to come back here in TGW. With that being said, though, I mean, Undead, you know, this is a very, very riveting start, I guess, in the broadcast, but a very bad start for this match between Nanoplex and RA Zink. Let's just say RA Zink doesn't want to accept. He has this personal stuff going on. It's going to perhaps maybe play some mind games on the guy.
I say forget about him. Forget about Zink. Just go straight to Nanoplex versus Salazar. Forget Zink. Just forget him. It's a good thing he ain't here, because maybe we can skip Zink and then we don't have to worry about that idiot. That modder.
Yeah, nice. You're an egotist too. Okay. Yeah, well, folks, coming up next, it is the main event as mentioned. Achilles Gamer, the guy. Listen, the bold member who I believe has the guts to do this, to stand up and go against the threat that we've been facing over the past few months from this hacker that has been brewing and hacking almost everything in TGW. Achilles Gamer is standing up for us tonight, and Achilles Gamer has a huge announcement in which I believe Achilles Gamer has a good news for this. Achilles, welcome. And I cannot wait for this announcement. It's going to be great. Achilles joining us tonight.
Adrian.
Yes.
How do I download the Twitch app again? Okay, look. As mentioned, we have a group ready to go against this hacker. But we have to prepare and train first. Hey guys, end the show now. We have to go now.
Oh, wait a second. We gotta end the show now. We gotta end it now. We gotta end it now. Go. Hey, guess what, Undead? Right now, it's time for us to tell the fans how to download the Twitch app on an Android. Well, it's simple. You would have to go to the Google Play Store and type in Twitch on the search engine. It should be the first app you see. Click on the install button. It installs, it downloads, and it's your gateway to interact with the Gaming Weekly Twitch channel exclusively on Twitch every single Friday and Saturday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 5:30 Pacific. Do not miss a live broadcast exclusively on Twitch. It can be showing up on your mobile device every single time. Again, download the Twitch app now.